Well, here I am up at the water tank. Another man just gone walking his dog. I've just sent my starting the walk message, and I'm walking up to the top. 2.5 hours, 9 kilometres, as I said in anybody that got my route this morning. I have put a handle on my camera, so even when I'm walking over rough ground I can hold it and keep it steady. So with a bit of luck we get better pictures today. We'll see as we go along. Oops, when I'm walking over rocks. Raphael, the barman in the French toilet bar, asked me my name this morning. He's been very good, Raphael. He knows what happened to Jen and that I'm walking on my own at present. So he asked me my name and swapped names and shook hands. Okay, it's quite nice that you know, people do care. And it just makes it a bit nicer out here. It'll take me about an hour and a quarter to walk to the top of the walk where Jen's ashes are. That's where I'm heading this morning. So I'll get back as I go along. I don't know whether having this second hand on the camera is going to help and stop it being so badly shaking. But when you look around, it is so pretty. I weighed my rucksack this morning just out of curiosity. It weighs 5 kilograms. So whenever I go up a mountain I carry 5 kilograms of other stuff with me, which is about as much as I take when I'm going on holiday. All very strange. Ouch! I'd just twisted my ankle. I'd forgotten to set the Garmin tracking, and it's virtually impossible to navigate through the menus on the Garmin that I've got. So I had to switch it off and start it again. So heaven knows what it's doing today. I did yesterday receive my active antenna for the one GPS I'm going to build myself to get a better system than the Garmin, and the other two bits are stuck in customs somewhere. They think I'm a commercial organisation, so I'm trying to prove that I'm not, that I'm a private individual. No doubt they'll sort it out with time. As you can see, I'm walking up to where the bee place is, but as you can see, the mountains get quite steep around here. It still doesn't show exactly how high they are and how steep they are, but gives you some idea. Anyway, I'll get walking. So I bet you can guess where we are, Jamie. Near the edge of where the bees are. One's just buzzed past my ear, actually. The other thing is, of course, we're at the edge of the lava flow, and if that's the lava flow edge that we're walking towards. Oh, watch my feet. But again, it's virtually impossible to give any impression of distance, but that is halfway up to the top of where I'm going today. Oh, nice little bird. That impressed Denise. Right, so I'll keep going. I have changed how I'm operating the camera today, although I haven't been able to sort out the macro focusing. I need to work some more on that. No doubt you remember that. That's the top of Big Gala, the Telefonica Towers. I'll pan back in. This is the path that always reminded me of walks years gone by, because it's the end of the almond walk. We used to walk past all the almond trees and then onto the top, walk along the top and then down, and this is towards the end of the bit coming down. As I say, I always remember Bikini Jill in her skirt, an umbrella, running down here in the rain, and other people. Some of them not with us now, but it's still a nice walk. And of course we used to come down from up there, and I shall be going on the path up there, and I'll give you a quick look when I get there. And we used to walk back down there, which eventually, if you walk far enough, takes you back to what used to be a Pleiades bar. I don't know what it is now. It's not Pleiades. Right, we're at the bottom of the path that we used to walk down. You may remember it. This was the bottom of it. This bit is very pleasant. The far end, when you get off this track out of the pine forest back onto the edge of the lava field, it's bloody awful. But can't have everything. Keep you going. Just to show you, I have actually gone up there at the top. Well, you can see it right through the trees. It was a matter of on all fours because I was slipping down so fast. But it's a shortcut over the top into there. This is a massive landslip from the top track. It was interesting. I don't advise anybody else to do it. Well, here I am. I've just stopped. I decided to slow down a bit. Climbing up one of the bad bits. You can see the track is down there. You can walk up the track, but that is bloody awful. So I prefer to go up the hard bit, but it does make you short of breath a bit. Well, we're at the top of there. Interestingly, I just got this very loud buzzing. I just talked to some Spanish people. I thought it was them. It wasn't. It was my iPhone. A civil authority alert. They were testing the systems for emergencies on the island. You didn't have to do anything. They just wanted to know if people were receiving it. Well, I'm halfway up a mountain and receiving it, so it obviously works. Right. That's where we used to come from when we were on the almond walk. And of course, we used to go down the one I just come up. I'm going this way to up to the quiet valley, then up to where Jen's ashes are. Well, here we are on the just walking into the quiet valley. I'll bring that back a bit. It is quiet again. The alert was quite interesting. I don't think the Spanish below picked it up. I just passed somebody coming down the mountain, didn't ask anything about an alert, so he hadn't picked it up. Whether it's just the iPhones that are picking it up, or whether it's coming via satellite and the Garmin, I have no idea. But it did say it was just a test. not to worry. So I'm not worrying. Right, I'll turn this up a while I get a bit further. Well, here I am coming to where the standing stones are. We never did sort out who put them there. They go around the corner, of course, as you can see, and then the track goes up the hill that way and up that sea. I'm going across there where I've decided is the most sensible place to go. So I'm going to walk up that steep bit there, up to there. Then it's a matter of going up to where Jen is. As you can hear from my breathing, I've just got up from down there. This is a normal track you would walk up. I'm going to go up that one there. That one there takes you back to the track that goes to Montaña Negra. That one I've never been up, must go up. It must have magnificent views over the valley. It goes to the edge, overlooking the landslip, which is steep itself, but it'll have very good views. Perhaps in January I might get there when I'm on my own. We've still got these standing stones that the foresters have put on. Don't know why they're there, but they're going for quite a way. Somebody obviously, well, they had a machine, they didn't lift them stones, they're far too heavy. But in a while we'll come off this pine needle covered track onto a black lava dust track and then up to the top. The spaces are interesting. I mean, if you look at this, there are massive open spaces amongst the pines in some of these areas. There is a track a bit further up that crosses this, but we go on the track above it. As I said, we'd be leaving the pine needles behind. The pine forest is still there on the right, but on the left we're now getting to a lava field. It's still alright walking. This is the path that I got confused with once before. It's a lower path across that lava field. Where I want to be further up this track. You can see we are now really getting into a lava field. Even the forest on the right hand side is disappearing. So very few pine needles about now. It's all lava ash. Some really strange rock formations, lava formations really. It is a bit rough around this area where I'm at present. It will get easier in a minute. As you come to this corner, not whether you can see what I can see, possibly not. It's Teddy in the distance, not far ahead. And there's a view of Teddy in the distance. It's not very good, it's quite hazy today, but shows we're getting near the top. And there's another view. Tede, Pico Biaco. Behind those trees there's Chinyero. But as I say, a bit hazy for pictures today. Well, here I am. It's a daisy. Probably can't see me from there. But I'm up with Jen. Took me an hour and 10 minutes to get here. It ain't bad. 2.5 hour walk. The hard bit is coming up, not going down. So I've done the hard bit going up. What I've come up for today, oh, that's my water there. Oh. I'm watering the plants is to say hello to Jen up here and sit with her for a while. But the other thing is, if I get off my knees, oh, there we are, Jenny. It's still alright. What I intend doing. I'll turn it around. What I did yesterday was to buy some new flowers. I thought I'd bring these up. She can't have real ones up here, but she could have some nice ones. So that's the flowers I brought. The problem is, how do I make them work? And I brought a set of tools with me. You wouldn't believe it, would you? But I'm going to cut these down to size, like that. So that I can put some, well, I thought I might have trouble, so that's better. Just a little hole to stick some flowers in. There's some nice ones for you, Jen. And if I can get in here, some good ones. What is the with my cutters? Some blue ones there. And I have a few white ones, which will go in there. And they've got a big hole for them, and some long stems on them. There we are, something to remember you with. Some pretty flowers. Okay, and it will all be covered in so it will not upset the mountain. They can go back in there now. A bit more colour to keep her happy. And put them away. Put away. Oh dear, when do you think? Trying to make sure I don't stop myself with that one walking down the floor. Oh! There we are. Right away. So, well, that's what I came to do, and it was to just make it a bit prettier for Jen up here. Well, we're just sharing a Almendros that we used to in the cafe. That's the view. It's difficult, you can't in this, it's actually seated. All right, you probably will. There you are, Ted is coming in the background. There you can see Ted now. And Pico Bianco is there. And you come round to Chinyero around there. Right, I've tidied up the mountain again. So it's time for me to go back down the hill. Bye bye, Jen. Here I am, off on my way back. I'm going to cross the lava field. Not a lot to see here, so I'll not do much of this. But I'll show you a bit later on. Interesting. This is the way I normally walk, but I suddenly realised the footpath is across there. There's trees there, about there. But they do join, and there are cairns here that people have put in. Obviously, depends who you are, which way you walk. There are some nice bits in this, you know, little copses of pines with pine needles on the floor. Makes it easy to walk on. And easy to see the path when you've got pine needles about. So as you can see, it just goes down this hill here to the bottom. It would be difficult in here in some parts, certainly where you're on lava, finding the path where the pine needles are about. That's not a problem, as you can see. Fairly obvious that this is the path. But once you get out of this onto the black soil, the wind just blows the path away. That's the end of the lava field. I'm back to the Chinyero path. It's appeared a lot shorter than it normally does, the lava field. But now it's straight down this path back to the minibus at the water tower. There are one or two pictures to take on the way down, I'll show you. We're now approaching Montagna Negra. In fact, Montagna Negra is over that way through the trees, you can't see it. A lot of moss on these trees, as you can see, because it's wet up here. And that one really is a site for a tree with moss. Quite a lot. But there's a view down there that is interesting. And these are interesting in that they are pines with moss on. But there are other ones, and this. Now, if you look on that side, that's Montagna Negra, the volcano that wiped Chico port out 400 years ago. But I'll turn it off and then take some pictures further down for you. I've just reset the white balance. I caught the little wheel on top. I'm going to put some tape over that. Caught that and reset it completely. A white balance of 5. It's stupid. So it was useless. I don't know whether you heard while I was recording the last one, the alarm went off on my iPhone again. And they were testing the civil alert for people on the mountain. I'll read it when I get back. It's a paragraph of Spanish. But it said it was a test and you could turn it off by pressing the accept button. I'll do that when I get down rather than now. Well, this is the last bit down towards where I rejoin the track back to the water tower and the minibus. I suppose another 800 metres or so down here, then back. I'll be fortunate to get there in 2.5 hours, but then did spend a while up at the top. So it only took 2 hours 10 minutes up. We'll see how long it takes to get down. Well, the white balance has reset itself again. It must be because I've got it on a chest support and it bounces, because you have to press the wheel in to change it. It bounces, moves sideways and resets itself to +5 white balance, which is a disaster. Anyway, we're now nearer the bottom. I'll have to find out some way of stopping it doing that. I mean, it's ridiculous that it's just bouncing on my chest and changing its white balance all the time. It means that you can't get a decent set of video. Well, coming to the end, I just realised I didn't send you the still walking message at the top of the walk. A bit late now. I'm not sure what the tracking's done. I had to switch the Garmin off and on just to find the menu. It is a bloody awful system. I should have bought one of the other manufacturers rather than Garmin. It is a mess.